In the last video, we saw how the name field template reference variable can be linked with NgModel object. In this video, we will understand about the valid property available in the NgModel object. In the interpolation, I am removing constructor.name and replacing it with valid property. I am prefixing this interpolation with valid as labeled so that we know the property for which the value is displayed. I am saving the file. After the page reload, we can see valid property displayed as true. Now let me include the required attribute in the input text element. I am saving the file. After the page reload, we can see valid property changed as false. Now if I type a character in the input text field, we can see valid property changing to true. Let me explain how this works. In HTML, required attribute is used to implement mandatory field validation. Angular utilizes this HTML feature and changes the valid property value based on the required attribute. When required attribute is not defined, the valid property always remains as true. When required attribute is defined, the valid property is false when the input text element is empty. It becomes true when some text is entered. Let us look into another property named invalid, which is related to the valid property. I am copying and pasting the line that displays the valid property in a new line. In the new line, I am changing the label as invalid and property as invalid. The invalid property will hold the opposite value of valid property. Let us see how it works. I am saving the file. After the page reload, we can see valid displayed as false and invalid displayed as true. If I type a character, we can see valid displayed as true and invalid displayed as false. If I clear the character, we can see valid displayed as false and invalid displayed as true. Hope this demonstration helps you understand about the valid and invalid properties available in the NgModel class. For you to try this demonstration, include the required attribute in the input text element, then include these two interpolations and check if valid and invalid property values are displayed based on the scenarios explained in this video. In the next video, we will implement the mandatory field validation for the input text field.